We're going to be coding this beautiful cooking website with no coding experience required. Just by using AI prompts, we're going to have a fully functional recipe generator website. We won't have to do any coding ourselves. We're just going to be using V0 and Cursor AI to make this magic happen. So firstly, I'm going to start by getting the website design. I'm going to be using V0 for this, and I'm just going to ask it to generate the code for my website. So firstly, I'm just going to ask it to create a beautiful modern website for a recipe generator. And then I'm just going to give it a bit more details about this website. So it has a saved recipe section. So some features. And it also has a section for the recipes that I've tried. So in this section, I'll be able to just give a rating for all these recipes that I've tried, so I can keep track of it. And just to make this easier for me down the road, I'm going to ask it to use React, Bootstrap, and JavaScript. So these are the tools that will make it easy for me. So now I'm just going to click on this button here so that it can generate my website for me. Now V0 is actually generating the website. So I'm just going to give it some time to run this. So it's gone and generated the code for me. So let's see what website we have so far. So it has a button here for generate recipe. It has saved recipes and tried recipes. So it has all of these sections here. So this is the demo. And if I click on here, I can see the code that it wrote for me. So we don't have to worry about the code at all because we just have to see if this design is good for us or not. So I'm just going to ask it, when I click on this generate recipe, I actually want to give it the ingredients. So I give the ingredients, and from that, it generates the recipe for me. So I'm just going to ask it, please update the design so that I provide the ingredients that it uses to generate the recipe. So every time I give it ingredients, it uses those to generate this recipe. So I'm just going to click on send again. Now, so it's gone and updated the design. So now I'm able to add my ingredients using this comma separated format. I go chicken, rice, and broccoli. And I click on generate, and these are the ingredients. So this is really great. And I can click on save recipes and tried recipes. So these are all the sections that I wanted, and I'm happy with this website now. Now that V0 has gone and generated our website, let's go ahead and download them so that we can modify this website using Cursor AI. So to do that, I'm just going to head over to code. Now over here, I can see all of the files for my website. So I can see that in these folders, I have my files. So I'm just going to click on the first file here and click on download. Now I'm just going to keep the name the same and click on OK. And click on the second file and click on download. And once again, OK. And the next file, click on download and OK. And I have one more file here. Click on download and then click on OK. So now all the files that V0 generated are downloaded to my computer. So now I'm going to go ahead and add all of these files into my Cursor project. So let's create a Cursor project. So firstly, I'm going to launch Cursor so that I can actually create my project. At the very top, I can click on these dots here, then terminal, and then new terminal. So here is my terminal, and I can see that it is running. Now here I can actually run npm create vite at latest. So this here will actually create my project using React. So here I can actually run npm create vite at latest. And this will actually create my project using React. So I will hit on send. So I'm just going to click on yes to proceed. And I'm going to give my project a name. So in this case, this is my recipe generator website. And I'm going to select the same tools that we already gave V0. So that was React and JavaScript. So now I can just go ahead and open up the project that I just created using cursor. So I'm going to go to open a folder and just select the one that I just created. So our project is now open in cursor. So this just created an empty project for us. So this generated an empty project for us. And what I'd like to do now is run the terminal I need to do. So over here I have, now I just want to go ahead and add all of the files that I downloaded from V0. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my File Explorer and head over to my downloads. Now over here, I'm from see that I have my file that I downloaded here. So I'm just going to go ahead and select all of these. And I'm going to go ahead and drag them into my SRC folder. Now, all of these files that V0 created are inside of my SRC folder. Now, this one over here called page.tsx is the main page. So this is the page that I see when I first go to the website. So I'm going to copy over this file here. And then I'm going to head over to the app.jff. And I'm just going to go ahead and paste it here. And change the name from home to app. So now this file here is my main page. So now that this file is my main page, I can follow over what V0 asked me to do. So here I have instructions that ask me to run this install. So whenever I do npm install, I'm able to actually see some things about my website. So since I'm using React and Bootstrap, I have to install them. So I'm going to head over back to cursor and click on terminal and new terminal. Now inside of here, I'm just going to paste the command that was given to me. So I'm going to paste in this command. So now that command has run, now I can run npm run dev. This is going to let me actually see the website that I have right now. So I'm going to click on enter. And now it actually ran my website and it put it in this link over here. So I'm just going to copy paste this link over here and paste it in my browser. So now I should be able to see my website. So now I have the basic files for my website. Now I'm going to take a look at the code view one more time. So I can see that all of these files should be in this folder called components. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a new folder inside of this SRC. And I'm going to call it components. So I've created this folder called components. Now I'm going to go over and open up my File Explorer and go to my downloads. So here I have all of the files for my website. So I'm going to go ahead and select all of the folders that are inside of components and just drag them into this folder. And the other file is the main page. So this is the page file. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace it with this app.jsx because this is the main file. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this file. And then I'm just going to go ahead and copy it. And once I've gone ahead and copied this entire file, I'm just going to paste it over here and just change the name to app. So now this file here is my main page. Now I want to actually run my website. So I'll go to view, terminal, and then new terminal. So now I can give another command to actually let me see my website. And I'm going to run npm run dev. And this will let me actually see my website. So I'll click on enter. and it went ahead and actually created my website. So it put it in this link here. So I'm going to copy this link and open it in a new browser tab. So now I can actually see my website. So here are the generated recipes, here is saved recipes, and here is tried recipes. So I can go ahead and add a new recipe. So let me have something with pasta, sauce, and chicken. And I'll click on generate recipe. And I have my pasta delight recipe. So that looks great. I can click on save recipe and head over to save recipes. And now it is saved. And I can click on mark as tried and I can give it a rating. So I think this is a 4 out of 5 recipe and I'll click on OK. Now when I head over to my tried recipes, it is saved with a very nice format. So far everything looks great. Now, there is one glaring problem here, which is that it's actually really small. It's not taking up the full size of my page. It's just in this little corner here. So I'm just going to go ahead and ask Cursor to fix that for me. So I'll open up my cursor once more. And now I want to give it a command. So to do that, I'm just going to head over to the top here, click on run. So to do that, I'm just going to go ahead and go to View, Appearance, and then click on the secondary sidebar. Now, this sidebar here is my AI assistant, so I can ask it to go ahead and code anything for me. A very fast way to do this is to just hit on Control and L, so I can quickly open up this folder. And I'm just going to give it my instructions here. So the website is not taking up the full size of the screen. It's just in the middle right corner. Please fix this. So I've explained the issue here and I'm just going to hit on enter. So now Cursor has gone and looked at my code and made a suggestion. So here I can just click on apply. And I'm going to click on accept. So it's gone and actually made the changes in the code for me without me having to actually read any of it. So now I'm going to go back to my website and refresh. And I see that actually it's still smushed in this corner. So I'm just going to go ahead and give it the instruction one more time. It's still in the corner, the right middle, and small. Right? So I'll go ahead and click on apply and I will go ahead and accept it. So it's gone and made these changes for me. So once I click here, okay, this is quite a lot better. So now it's perfectly centered and I can go ahead and see that all my sections are still there. Now, I still wanted to take up the full size, so I'm just going to write it here. If I want it to take up the full size of the screen and height. And I'll click on apply and accept. I'm just going to tell it the width and height of the component. The width and height of the page is always the same size. I want it to take up the full size. All right, so that's great. And now I can see it's taking up the full size of my website here. So I click on saved, tried, and generate. And once more, I can go ahead and try to generate a recipe. So this one will be for my Parmesan cheese. So this one can be So I can see that now my website is taking up the full size and I have mine generate, saved, and tried. So I could try to go ahead and make one with cheese, pasta, and chocolates. And I'll click on generate, and it's generated this recipe for me. Not a very good recipe, but I can go ahead and click on save. And then I can go to my saved recipes, and I have it over here. So let's make another recipe for chicken, rice, and chilies. And I'll go ahead and save this as well. And I can see all of my recipes here. I can mark them each as tried with a rating, and I can go ahead and see the final rating here. So this is how we can generate a website using only V0 and Cursor AI without needing any coding experience to get started.